Put the next in to test. So we get on. Yeah, it's definitely working. Definitely a lot smoother now. Right, let's do this last rinse, and I'm going to take it, well, second rinse, I think, then I'm going to take it out. Right, so let's test this out. You've already seen a little video of it, but this is going to get added, so it's been actually plumbed in for the first time in God knows how long. I've never actually water tested it. There's a damper still obviously gone. The door lock I think's on its way out. But the rest of it seems to work. So I'm guessing special 7 kilo just adds on more water. I'm going to put intensive rinse on anyway. Start. It's only got a cold on, so I'm not quite sure if it'll fill. So it's up to the pre-wash stage at the minute. Obviously it's like... So, it's got a mechanical timer behind all this. Oh yeah, it's got hot only. It might work now. I've switched on the water. So let's just resume from where it is. Door apparently locked. Oh, indeed it is. So I'm not putting washing in because it's... So yeah, can you hear how it's advancing? So I'm putting washing in because the dampers broke on it. It's got 3 dampers and 1 snapped. That's why the drum hasn't totally failed on once. Oh no, sorry, it's only got 2 dampers. So we're on 1 damper and 2 springs. So we're about 25 minutes in and the timer hasn't gone down, so not sure if it actually has a load sensing on this. Bubbles are bubbling away there, but it's not at 95 yet. I think it's about maybe between 50 and 60. But then again, we're only 25 minutes in, so what do you expect? I do like it actually. But of course, my AWO 12961 is the upper model. Although it's quite weird because it must have been released later on. Right, so we've got this Indesit XWA81682. Which it came from my one of my work colleagues. They've actually kept it repaired. It's been repaired twice in the past. It's had a new seal literally like 2 months before, maybe not even that. That's why there's hardly any mould on it. I'm guessing that they probably replaced the seal because it's mouldy. But anyway, apparently it won't start or something like that. Rinse and spin then. I'm going to pause it for a second. Ew! What's that? Ugh. I know it's been sat around for ages, but Jesus, that shouldn't be in it, whatever it is. Ugh. If it fills up with water, it's going on the boil wash. Something rattling around the pump there. Right, whatever it is, I think that's whatever it is causing it to think it's full of whatever. Or full of water. Oh, by the way, there's also no feet. The feet are missing. Well, one foot missing. Ugh, this is what's causing the problem. So what I'm going to do is lift the tube on the pressure switch. Ugh. And then blow down it. Right, so here's where you can tell it's a pressure switch issue. If it's actual pressure switch anyway. So unplug the pressure switch. If it thinks it's empty, it will start to spin. Or rinse, shall we say. So this is where we're going down the cycle of, let's see if it's the watch clip. So we're going to do it on. Stinks. Right, so I've took the pressure switch, I've unplugged it, and then just sucked and blowed it. Well, that's fixed, isn't it? But it definitely needs a boiler wash, doesn't it? Everything else needs obviously testing on it as well, so... Right, put some water through it. Ugh! Woo! Sounds like it's full of... whatever. Right. Yeah, so it's definitely heating this, but watch the water when it stops. It's only about maybe 40 at the minute. Look at that! Right, so this was actually here last time when I did that last testing video, but it's another Indesit, so then we've got another silver Indesit washer dryer that matches, but I've also got another Indesit IWDC 6125. This one should fully work, as it was it's actually a deceased family members of mine, so it's come from their house, so it's no longer obviously been needed. It should fully work. It's quite grubby. That's all cat fur. As you have 3 cats, so well 3 and then 1 in the end. So there we go. Alright, well I'll actually plug that in, then get it going, and then see if it works in that way. So yeah, you'll next see that when that happens. Right, so I'm not sure if I actually showed you this, but it was definitely on my Instagram, that's for sure. Got a dent here and there. But it's a 9 kilo, 1600 spin, Hoover Dynamic. I think the drum's fine. He was complaining that he leaks with water. What's actually happened is the concrete weight has snapped off, dropped onto the drain hose pipe and flipped that off the pump housing. So obviously it was coming in and just going back out again. But obviously the fact, I'll just show you the options as well, which is a bit interesting. Is this one night and day option? It's replaced reduced ironing. Bit unusual. I'm sure I showed you this anyway. Duvet's like less than an hour long. Sportswear should be interesting to see. And then you got Active Eco 20. Cool. Now we'll have a look into repairing this. We've got the concrete weight. I've had spare. And obviously that means just getting it on. Yeah, I know it might have been months since the last did that. But we need to now plough ahead and get on. The drum's slightly inclined backwards, I've noticed. Or that... Yeah, it's definitely inclined backwards slightly. Very slightly. Cool. Oh yeah, and the drum sounds silent, that's because it's got an inverter on it. So yeah, I've still got my brushed 8 kilo one. I don't know why I haven't just sold it. Because it is fully working. Oh, I think it was because I needed to like finish cleaning it. Give us a second, and I'm going to show you that hot point there. This is one thing I never showed you. It's been sat around. And I think I was just waiting to obviously do it, like film it first. It's this cute little Creda Simplicity dryer. Which T313VW, showing its age, I suppose. That stinks. But it's heating alright. But the drum's that knackered. So it needs a drum bearing. Probably needs a belt. Not too sure about the belt, because what could have happened is that the belt's gone loose and fallen off the motor. Time's working fine. Yeah. Fine now. I'll do. Right, I'll have a look into that then. Right, so this is part of taking the... The fact is that the Creda still uses the same frame like the older machines. What's that? Yeah, and all that's in the heater. Right, so an update on this Creda. So that's the shaft bearing. It's snapped. The holder at the back is pot riveted on, which is beyond my expertise. So I can't do pot riveting. I've not tried to be honest, but I haven't got a pot riveting machine or stuff, so I can't do it. Can't change over. But not only that, it's eaten not only through the actual holder bracket, but through the actual back of this metal. It's been clunking for a very, very long time, so I'm not going to bother with this. So there we go. Right, onwards. Right, so let's see if this works. So actually, anyone remembers, I couldn't shut this door, and apparently it was sold with an F06 error. So what happened was, I don't know how they managed to do it, but the ratchet was actually in a lock position with this open. All I've done is push the ratchet back. But there's something about this that ain't going to work, so I'm going to put it onto, where's spin on this? Spin and drain. Oh no, it locked. And it is locked as well. Oh yeah, the actual door band's still inside, so if I pause it. There it is. Huh? It's not thick, surely. Obviously, pump's not kicking in simply because there's no water. So the only reason why I thought it might not have worked then is the older quality, so I've still got. I'm reluctant to sell actually. It was up for sale. Now I'm not gonna sell it. But if you notice the clunk, it's all positive, and yet on this it isn't. Right, I'm gonna let that do its actual full spin. See how we get on. If it does it fine, I'm gonna get it in. I'm gonna clean it out. I'm gonna run an odd load before filming it, and then I'm gonna take this off. It is glued, so it's gonna be a bit hard to do, but it should come off. Hopefully. I'm just going to take that off because it's just too dark, obviously, filming purposes. Bit of a shame, but there we go. I don't like black or smoked screens. Well, for filming purposes. Actually, in general, actually. And of course, it's got the dryer that matches it. So it looks like it's fixed temporarily. But it has, by the looks of things, it has this faffing programming in it. So, those with the Aquarius, like the basic smart ones, have this faffing around, so it will do a burst and an anti-tangle, burst, anti-tangle, burst, anti-tangle, and then it will do a full length spin all the way up to, well, on this 1600 RPM. Oh, I'll let it. Well, at least it all works. Right, leave that going then. Right, let's see if this works. Well, it should for two reasons. If it looks like it's in a clean condition, that's because it's already has been. I could just do going over a little bit, So we've only got a little bit to do. But actually, the whole entire machine's clean. The little siphon's missing out of the. Oh no, I've done that. I can get it back in a minute. The little siphon's missing because that was put into soak, but the actual drawer is spotless. Everything's spotless because it's already been cleaned. But it's not been tested. Well, sort of has. So basically, this was a trade-in. I actually sold a washer and got two back. This is one and the Becker was the other. The Becker 1600, which also appears to not leak. apparently that leaks. This one was sold completely fine, but obviously they wanted a 8 kilo, and that's what they got. They got that Hoover SE 148, and I got this. So I traded them in. There's so I gave them money for it, or so actually money off the original machine, making it cheaper. Cool. Right, I know this actually does work because I tested it quickly. So I know it fills, it drains, it spins. Not quite sure it heats because obviously I just sort of put it on the... What did I do? I think I just put it on the 29-minute wash, but obviously it doesn't heat up fast enough on that. So we'll just run it as it is on pre-wash 90 with no laundry. I'm going to put a little bit of citric acid in. And then we'll get that going. Yes, we'll be doing some wash races between this and the Candy, because actually that's quite an old model, and this the Candy's the update kind of version, so stuff like the 30-minute wash is completely different, and the 59-minute wash is also different as well. Actually, this older OPH actually has more programs. Hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7. 14, 15, 16, 17. This one has 7, 15. A whole 2 programs less. Cool. No, I'm not going to leave this recording because we need to move stuff about, so there we go. Quickly, you posted. Right, so we've got a Whirlpool heavy duty machine. You're going to see a little bit more of it in a minute, but so I bought this in good faith. It was in full working order. Luckily I didn't pay that much for it. I've dislodged that. Now that's to do with that, which obviously puts the air into, so it doesn't airlock on the drain. So, but we'll put it in at some point, because when I've opened it up, I found that this is all sagged here, and indeed the shock absorber on this side has snapped off. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, that's because the other Whirlpool that I showed, that's also in this video, has the same problem. Right, so I'm going to put this together. I'm going to leave the top off. I'm going to put the screw lid back on now, and I'll show you, and get this going. Right, so with the Whirlpool switched on, here we go. I'll just quickly show you. So we've got cotton of synthetics daily load, delicates wool, quick wash, hand wash, and then you've got rinse and spin, intensive spin, gentle spin, drain and cancel. Right, what's really weird about this is the layout of these buttons, but it makes sense. So you've got start delay, then you can, it's got like a timeline of the LEDs. So we've got pre-wash, main wash here, rinse, and you've got the intensive above, then rinse hold, and then variable spin. And an end. And then we've got this eco button all on its own over here. Clearly eco doesn't work with 60. Huh? That's weird. Anyway, 95. We'll put a bit of citric acid in. I'm going to press start now. The motor does work. I've had that going. The detergent compartment's a bit wrecked. Yeah, so this still has the door thingy. God, the lights flicker a lot in here. Definitely that socket. It's every time the Hoover clicks. It's every time anything's on that spot there. Because the plug sockets, at the minute, the plugs are in the wrong way around. Well, let me just show you. So the lights flicker a lot in here. If anything's plugged into here, oh, that's hot. It flickers every time it does something. Right, so now started heating, door's locked. When it's sent, one light goes out. So yeah, this is a progress indicator thing. Quite cool actually. Hoover, it's getting really hot now. Well, I say really hot, it's like 50. Right, so we've got a fourth Dyson. Yeah, I've not even fixed the other 3 that I have yet, although to be fair, 2 might be unfixable. So at least we've got 1 over there still that might be fixable. This should be fixable. Right, something else as well. I bought this and another Dyson that's in fully working order, and you will see that another day. So that's more to come on that. But anyway, he's been running two, and basically when one's out of the order, the other one got used. Or basically, he just kept them both going. But he also had a third machine that he bought just for parts. On the purple machine, and there's the clue, it's the Purple Beast. That's going to be my nickname for it. It's had a gearbox transfer from the third machine, and this is the old gearbox from the other machine. This needed a door hinge, but there's no door. So he bought a new hinge, which is there, and there's no door. Right. Interesting. So, whether this will actually start, I don't know. It's stuck currently in contra-rotate mode, so while the drum won't physically turn as one, if you turn both drums at the same time, it will. Anyway, let's switch it on then. Or did he say something about the main board? Oh, something it won't switch on, apparently. So yeah, we've got a couple of problems with it. So we've got the main board won't switch on. I'll say board issue then. I mean, it might just be a case of something like a fuse, which is unlikely. Give me 2 seconds. So yeah, after testing it with sort of this, even though it's a bit rubbish this. Actually the batteries are dead on it, which doesn't really help. There's power to the unit, so just needs opening up I suppose. I'm having a look. Yeah, the camera obviously is still charged. No, this is still on. Huh? Oh, I should have nothing. Very interesting. See? These. Then we've got an actual iron weight. That's an iron weight. It doesn't actually moves much. And then it's held in place by 4 tub springs, and I think it's got 4 dampers as well underneath. We also appear to have a triple valve and a single hot valve in the top here for the draw. So instead of the softener having using pre-wash and main wash valves, it just has its own valve. Right. So, we should be getting something from here, and we're not. We're getting nothing. Which, that looks like it, how bizarre, it just disappears down here. The whirlpool's on its last rinse. The time has actually massively dropped in the meantime. I've had my tea and come back after about 40 minutes or so. And that's dropped over, and almost had way like an hour and a half left before I went. Got 19 minutes left. The Hoover's just all complete now, fully done. I'll just show you something else as well. So that's my little compact dishwasher, my little saviour. Love it. But it has actually developed a small, tiny issue. Where the lead goes in the back, seems to have gone faulty a little bit, because I was trying to start it earlier, plugged it in, and it wouldn't even switch on. As soon as I moved the dishwasher back slightly, it must have obviously pushed the wire in slightly, and voila, it all worked. It does mean it's another little thing I've got to do. But it won't get fixed now, it'll get fixed sort of later on. I need to get my other little dishwasher up and running. I need the hose. The hoses are likely going to get swapped over. So then I'll fix the issue then. Right, so I've bought this silver LG turbo wash that needs fixing, apparently. I was quite lucky to actually get it for quite a cheap price. I mean, LGs actually still go for quite stupid money even when they're broken. Still had to pay for it, still bought it, but this is a turbo wash. Apparently, you see that comes up first, CL, and it goes off. Apparently it's got a sensor issue. Not sure what sensor issue it is, so we're going to go through things. Anyway, I'll just show you. So these are our programs. So cotton large, mix, easy care and duvet. And then caring doesn't work, but special does. So we've got downloaded cycle. No idea what it is. It's a bit, I don't know what it is actually. I think it's just an extra rinse and spin actually. Because you've got weigh, wash, rinse, spin. Yeah, I think downloaded cycle is rinse and spin. Or at least how it is at the minute. Of course, you can still get rinse and spin by like just doing, if I pretty much hold this. I can't remember. Anyway, it's just the other thing is this is just a 1200 spin machine only, so it's the base model. Obviously, we've got the tap on there for I think it uses NSC. Obviously, my Samsung has it, so it should be able to do it. Oh yeah, and my phone's also smashed. So we'll have a play about if we do get it going. But for now, let's try and get spin only. Will be a way, so it will be a case of doing something like this. So yeah, it's not turning. It'll come up with an error code in a minute. Just can't see. But it's trying to do whatever it's trying to do. Never mind, there's no water attached anyway, so it shouldn't be able to start. Yeah, it's definitely a whole sensor issue, that. Ellie? Because the drum actually moves freely. Nothing to do with the actual motor. The motor only, yeah, it's the whole sensor. That's basically what controls how fast the machine goes and what speed and what direction. And they tend to break. Right, let's see if this Dyson now works. Because obviously it switches on. There might be some clicking, but this actually works without the door for some reason, the outer door, even though it's broken. So we're going to select cotton, now 85, 1100, dirt and stains. I'll put a little bit of Daz in to help it. Well, there's some in it already actually, from the previous owner. And it is actually Daz. What's this? I don't know. See, it starts with that door. This is snapped off. The main door, I don't know where it is because it didn't come with the machine. He didn't give it me. That's why he gave me a load of parts. Put the flat back on, filter back on. Seems to be working. And it's filling up with cold only. There's no hot attached to this at the minute. Anyone who's spotted anything wrong with this machine? Yeah, it's the colour of the panel. But I've worked out what's happened in the past. Oh, now it's trying to fill it with hot. Well, it's attached to cold, so that's going to be the issue. Anyway, as I put it on 85, it's obviously filling up with a direct hot rather than a mix or anything. Oops. Yeah, so anyone who realises this is the wrong panel. So, this is the broken machine. I've got another which you'll see shortly. And if you get me to 50,000 subscribers, you get to see it in its entirety. But anyway, what's happened is, you had this, and another one. The other one is sold fully working. This was sold broken. The on-off mains button was broken on this, which is the problem why it wasn't working. But to get the mains button off is quite difficult. It's dead easy to swap the panels over. So what I did is, because the mains button was fine on this and the display was broken, I just swapped the display over, then put this whole thing on. It's purple, rather than the silver and purple. It's the purple and blue. Right. My machine is the purple version of this. It's Dyson Purple. The Purple Monster, I'm going to call it. But that has a silver and purple display, rather than a purple display and blue. And I never figured out exactly what's happened. The display on the purple, this one, was broken. Everything else worked apart from the display was broken. So at some point you've bought a replacement as silver and purple. Obviously it still fits, and it's fine, and it made it work. But then he's kept the spare as a spare. For whatever reason. Anyway, I'm going to plug it in a minute, alongside with this. And you will then see what it does. Now what's amazing is that this door is still locked. This is also another problem with it, but we'll focus on that in a different day. We want to see if it heats, and we want to see if it contra-rotates. Now if this is off the original machine, it will contra-rotate. In 20 years use, the only thing that is replaced obviously looks like the top board and recently the gearbox on it. This door also has a heat fracture. This is very typical of Dysons. The only thing the outer door does is stop you trapping your fingers between here, basically. It's the only thing it does. But I'm pretty sure this inner door still opens. And indeed it does. So this is an outer door lock, an outer door thing. Obviously I can't set it like this, it won't be sold like this, it will have the door put on. But for me, in the terms of the film purposes, actually it's quite good to have it off. Definitely working. loud. Not the most sophisticated thing in the world, is it? Gearbox switch back over. Normal tub balls now. Right, so yeah, you see the first one move into place, and it clicks, and then they both turn. So there is actually a locking point for both of them. That's why they are together now. Actually, usually quite staggered, aren't they? It's amazing how he dies. I've got to get me one in. Right. Alright, so this one's on its cooldown, and look what I've got! This is my own. This will be not sold on at all, at any point. At all. It's in a better nick than this anyway. It might leak from the filter in a minute when I try to put some water in. That might happen. This should be fully working. It was sold fully working. These two are actually from the same person, and I got a bunch of bits as well. Now, if anything looks wrong, it's actually this. This display is actually incorrect. The correct display is that one. See? Oh, it's got a chip on it, which makes me cry. No, so because that's all lit up, I'm going to test that, and because that's contra-rotating and that's lit up, these will be changed back over again. Actually, I might actually change the display as well, because that one's like lower resolution than that. It appears to be like less brighter, or maybe because it's just on the purple. I think it's on the purple, that's why. Anyway, we'll see if this actually works and doesn't leak. It might leak from there. It's also got obviously the outer door, so I can't take the outer door off unless I take the... What I can do is take that off and then plug it into there when I come to film. Right, a couple of other things it needs doing. This side panel is not actually clipped in properly at the back. Actually, that's the only thing, actually. I'm just going to quickly run it on rinse and spin. Gearbox engaged. Cool. It's a bit unbalanced. It kind of really gonna spin. The feet aren't level, which doesn't help. But I don't actually think it would spin one towel. It really is like on one side of the drum. I hope it doesn't. Please don't. I wouldn't think it would actually balance one towel anyway. I am expecting it to just like end with going unbalanced load. Look, it's actually spun that one towel. That's impressive. This is on its final spin. Yeah. So this front panel needs redoing to get rid of that ticking. Clicking on. Be alright though. Right, so an update on this Indesit Inex then. Well, I've just put a foot on it because obviously it was still missing. Oh, we do plugging it in. And we're just going to run a quick rinse. And we've put on a replacement pump. We're going to put the original pump back on soon, but there's the original pump, and all those that chamber was filled with gunk. This chamber was sort of half filled with gunk, and that's why it was taking ages for it to kick in. It was the same gunk that was filled up the actual chamber. Right, it's kicking straight away now. Cool. Now we'll put some washing in then. So update number 3 on this washing machine. It just appears to be full of little tiny things it needs doing, but mostly all caused by, I don't know, I'd say the actual detergent they've been using, whatever it has been using, clogging up everywhere. Same with the fabric softener compartment isn't taking because the jet for it is clogged. Ugh. So these are now on the re-rinse. So let's see. It sorts out the pressure switch was the main issue. The pump has now been sorted, and now hopefully the fabric softener compartment and the foot. Right, so let's test the LG out now. So taking the, as you can see, off, turn it on. But, a little word of caution, there's a hole here, but here's all soft and here's feels a little more solid. I'm not sure why, because it's solid there, solid there, solid there, so I'm wondering if there's a little tiny return pipe underneath it. So what we'll do, double clean. So it detects, make sure there's actually nothing in it, because it will actually abort it if it thinks there's any more than 1 kilo in it. I'm sure it will. We'll have to try it out one day, because I'm sure it aborts it. Now I'm looking for leaks, because we're starting to get water inside. So something interesting about this, it has a plastic base, but it has no anti-flood. There is an anti-flood mechanism in it somewhere. It's just a return, there's no leaking. Good thing. Now this is a tub clean. Let's check this FJS out then, so let's see if it works. Well, we know it spins. Ew, that seemed unlucky. So this is heat and jet system mode. What I like is that it at least tells you what temperature it's up to. Some of these test modes don't even tell you what it's doing at any time. This one tells you the pressure, like within the chambers, when you fill it up, the temperature, and also later on with the spin. And if you have to wash and dryer as well, it will also tell you the temperature between the back thermostat and front thermostat of the dryer. So we're up to 18. It's gone from 14 to 19 degrees very quickly. So what I'm going to do is just fill it up to about the door seal. I'm just going to do that a couple times. Straighten it. Ew. So it works. Right, so I'm just going to quickly check, so I'm going to quickly do this a few times to get most of the muck out, then we'll do it for a normal boil wash, and then, yeah. Right, so I've just picked this up in a really, really clean condition, apart from these tiny scratches on the on-off knob there. But there's no rust. Really no rust. It looks like it's been serviced and looked after at some point. Hence why I've got this sticker. No idea why. I think we said the dryer doesn't work and it just doesn't really do a wash anymore. Dial works fine. The time works fine on here. Oh, that's what it sounds like anyway. Door release works fine. Bearings are fine, but there's something. Sounds like brushes, which is probably what the problem is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on spin. I think the timer's out slightly as well. Hold on. So that's solid, and solid is the spin, and that's all, and it's dry. Yeah, it's slightly. I don't know. But yeah, it's slightly. It's because of the sticker, that's why. It's actually, no, it's bob on. And I think this is a... Right. Put her in. Now that's the Dyson. That's the hotpoint. Nothing. Doesn't work at all. There we go. So door, which is very temperamental. We've got the same issue as the WD-63. Door latch is going. That's what it is. So you can't release it now. See? very, it works, but it's very squealy, that's for sure. Longer than the successor. Fine. Right, I'm gonna get into wash, see what else it needs doing. Possibly the heater due to its age. Possibly the dryer. I'm not too fussed about the dryer. Got replacement. Dryer actually. Because this will be the same as the WD-63 that I tore down anyway. Not the same dryer anyway. Right, so we're only about maybe 20 minutes in, probably not even that. We've lost an hour because that's how fast the timer counts down. The jack's very on and off, so you can hear it. But the thing is, the filter is actually clean. So it's the actual pump itself, or maybe the actual pipe towards it. It's probably getting a bit. See what I mean? So it could be the pump itself. The pump probably needs cleaning out. The rear pump. It's also still cold at the minute. Even though it heated in normal mode. In service mode. Bit weird. Okay, so there's something definitely sort of wrong with the machine. Somewhere. Because it's not heated at all. The timer's going down really quickly, and it's just done an hour and a half wash in less than half an hour. Yeah, because of the heat. I'm not waiting for it to go kick into intermediate spin. Might take a while. There we go. Let's see what it does. So this is where it tells me whether this is working or not. Okay, we'll have to see what error code it's actually got at the end for some reason. There's definitely an error, it's not heating, so I don't know why. Which is a bit bizarre because the heater and the NTC seem to work. But who knows? Right, so I've just skipped ahead on this. because there's no dryer. And we've got E38 this time. But there's no other error codes. How bizarre. It didn't heat, of course, so what we're going to do is, again, so this time, what we're going to do is go through there, reset, stupid thing, and then go backwards, fill it up with, put it onto heat mode, but it won't do it until it's actually filled. Then try and heat in service mode. No, obviously before, it looked like it was heating up. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Alright, I'll just let you do that. See what happens. So I've been heating for about maybe 4 minutes in service mode, and now it's just thrown up E61. And what I've done... It is hot though. Well, say hot. It is like got up to 40 and just decided that it weren't having any more. Weird that. Yeah, it got to 40 and then that's it. Heater's definitely working, NTC seems to be working. Why E61? Right. Let's see what's up with this. Now, ready? Hang on. Yep, that's the tap switched on and it's already filling up with water. The valve is completely open. So I stuck it on 95. I will have to shut off the valve itself if it doesn't shut off. I think it's just filling through hot at the minute. It might be just the hot valve that's broken, but I won't know until I start switching them on individually. Oh, there you go. We can try that. Oh, let's let this fill up first. So we need it to about the door seal-ish. Oh yeah, I'm going to do the actual cycles. The heat shield will be off. Partly because as well, we also need to clean. Look, how does that work? How does dust get between there? I was going to say it's a half an hour. Looks like these are supposed to have, I think that is an LED, but no it's not, it's just where an LED should be. And that's supposed to be an LED where it should be, but there isn't one. So I'm going to start switching off the taps. I'll switch off cold first and then I'll switch off hot. Actually, I don't know which one's which. No. Well, there we go. And that's the hot. Okay, so I've just switched. It appears only the hot was on the entire time. Never mind, because this only runs on hot, obviously, on the 95 anyway. Clearly the valve for it isn't working, it's going straight through. Just switched on the cold and it's completely fine. This might be the reason why you can only run it on certain cycles, because if you couldn't attach the hot because of that, then obviously you could only run it on, say, 40 or 30, or the quick wash. No, quick wash uses hot and cold. No, quick wash uses hot and cold. Because obviously in 40 and 30 you can still fill a cold, and 50 actually. The dryer probably doesn't work because actually that runs on the hot. That bit also being said, just someone who's looking at it really. We've got little faults everywhere, so we've got the hot valve's broken. We've got a spare hot valve though anyway, because when I shut down W63. The door locking mechanism is really on its way, just gone. It's actually the lock itself, so the actual spring is gone, that's why you have to push it to make it start. At the minute, that seems to be the only issues. I need to obviously see if it heats to 95. Brush is seem fine. There's a squeal. I'm just wondering whether the belt's slightly stretched. But it is adjustable, of course. And then, of course, we've got to test the dryer. Which is going to be a bit difficult, considering that the hot doesn't really work. But we can test it. Cool. Right, well that's work then. So, sit rep on this, it heated again for 5 more minutes and then stopped and then unlocked. As it should do, and that is really hot. That is actually like 50-degree hot. It's hand hot, as it's called. I'd really like to do another. Is that it? I think that's all it will let you do actually. Oh, come on. Right, so it's clearly heating. You can hear it heating. I can't actually feel any heat yet. We can hear it heating. That's good. Right, I'm going to pull this in. Turn it on. I'm going to put cottons, 90, we'll do quick. Hopefully this might make it work. Right, so we've asked this to the final spin. We're going to drying afterwards. See how it is. This is just finished. The whole cycle with no errors at all. No errors at all. Oh, I'll get some washing in afterwards. Oh, that's weird as well. When I first used it, the beeper didn't work, and now the beeper's kind of reset itself. Weird. Okay, ready for dryer? Also, I've figured out that it's not the door lock that's faulty, it's the on-off button. Dry is somewhat faulty. No. Yeah, it's definitely the fan at the back. The fan sounds faulty in it. But just give us a second, we'll take the top off and have a look. Right, so the electric's tripped. The electric tripped when I plugged it back in. It was already switched on the dryer. You might do it again, hang on, so let's just have a look. What I've done this time is switch it off. We're not tripped straight away, hang on, ready? Right, so the reason why it wasn't working, because that wasn't on. Right, just put on a short spin. And it's tripped instantly. There's an earth leak somewhere on that, so it's tripped straight away. We'll move on to this then. So this is it, IWDC. Where's the? What have I done with them? Give us a second. Let me find that. So I put a filter in now. Let's have a look then. Beep beep beep. Right, let's do a basic test then. Right. On. Off. On. Off. On. One hour one. FO5. That's the pressure switch. Sometimes can happen when there's no water in it at all. Right. You know what I mean? Right, so I'm just going to test the dryer out now. We've tested, obviously, it fills with water, spins, drains fine, spins fine. The spider obviously looks alright, fine. Right, dry. So it sounds like this has the actual condenser with the pipe going to it, rather than one of the ones that has it basically blocked off and then just shoots water through the detergent dispenser. Which is probably the most stupid cost-cutting measure ever. Especially as everything's already there. And yay, it's one less valve we have to put in. Anyway, let it run, see if it gets hot. We'll do a main boil wash tomorrow. I will put some laundry in as well, actually. And put it on a set to dry. Looks like everything's working now.